You can still look at this screen if you want. I'm going to give you a little bit of time for people to chime in.
I told him, I said, hey, what you doing? He said, I think it's 5. He said, yeah, don't go over some, I think like $10,000 a week. I'm like, are you sitting there? He said, 10 grand a week.
Okay. Hopefully you got a chance to look at number 7. Let's do number 8 and number 9. Okay, this is a little tricky, number 8. So stay extra alert. Two numbers are in the ratio of 3 to 4. Okay, there's a little bit of algebra here. Okay, I can do part A visually, and part B, I don't know how to do it visually. I actually do, but it's very messy. I'm just going to do it algebraically. In this course, we also do algebra, and the next chapter that we will start will be algebra. So it's not a bad way to kind of gradually ease into algebra. So guys, my numbers, the two numbers are 3x and 4x. Now, why did I do that? Suppose, and you really want to understand that. Excuse me. I am going to assume I can't say the numbers are x and y. I can, but it's not going to help me a whole lot. Since I know the ratio of the numbers is 3 to 4, I can say each number, the numbers are 3x and 4x. Why, guys? Because when you have a ratio of 3x to 4x, you can divide both sides by x. This is your one side, this is your other side, divided by x. You can divide both sides by the same number, and you will be left with 3 to 4. So it makes a lot of sense. Call the numbers 3x or 4x. You could have called it 3y and 4y. You could have called it 3a and 4a, but I would recommend that you don't call it x and y. That's not going to help you. So when you incorporate your knowledge of ratio, 3 to 4 means if the first number is 3, the second number is 4. If the first number is 6, the second number is 8. If the first number is 3 times 3, 9. The second number is 4 times 3, 12. So you just assume it's x, and makes sense because the x's can be canceled and the ratio will hold. That's why I chose my variables the way I did. And this is worth understanding genuinely. All right. So now part A is not really that bad of a problem. I'm going to say part A, then I can say 3x plus 4x is 98 because the question says sum. Sum means when you add the two numbers, this is what you get. So I'm going to do it here. And that turns out to be 7x. And if you divide both sides by 7, I'm just going to go ahead. That's 14. Let me double check just to make sure I didn't mess up. 7 teachers. That sounds about right. Okay, so x is 14. What do they want? They want the two numbers. Your number is not 14. X is 14. Your numbers are 3 times 14 and 4 times 14. So be careful. So you will say the numbers are 3 times 14 is 30. 3 times 14 is 42. And 4 times 14 is 56. So you did part A. Where's 42 coming from? This 3 times 14. Where's 56 coming from? This 4 times 14. So I'm going to pause just a little bit. I'm going to put the question here. Okay. Part B, their product. The word product means you multiply the two numbers. So when you multiply the first number 3x by the second number 4x, you're supposed to get 768. So you will say something like this. You can say 3x times 4x is equal to 768. All right. And this is part B. Let's write it down. All right. Now I have to do my algebra, which is not really that bad. So 3 times 4 is 12. And x times x is x squared. So 3x times 4x is 12x squared. I'm going to divide both sides by 12 because I'm isolating x. And it turns out to be 64. I'm going to double check. 768 divided by 12. 768 divided by 12 is 64. Now, I do want to know x just like part A. In order to find x, I'm going to find the square root of both sides. And the square root of 64 is plus minus a. And yes, you have to put plus and minus. I don't have a good way of writing it. I'm just going to put it here. That's your x. So your final answer, like this, the numbers are, if x is 8, will be 3 times 8, 24. And when x is 8, it'll be 4 times 8, 32. And again, don't forget the plus minus. Don't forget the plus minus when you do the square root. Now I'm going to check my work. I don't have enough room to write it, but it should be there. Okay. So the best way to check it, let's check the first one. 42 and 56, they're in the ratio of 3 to 4. How do I know that? Just divide it by 14. Divide 42 by 14, you're going to get 3. Divide 56 by 14, you're going to get 4. So the ratio part holds. Okay, this part. Sum 42 plus 56 is 98. So we're good there as well. So we are happy with this answer. Let's come here. 24 plus, sorry, 24 times 32. Is it 768? Let's check. 24 times 32. Yep, 768. So I'm happy. And the ratio 24 divided by 8 is 3, and 32 divided by 8 is 4. So the ratio also holds. So I'm happy with both answers. So answer to part B is either 24 and 32, both are positive, or negative 24 and 32, negative 32, where both are negative. Just giving you a couple of minutes, okay, to process it. Let me write it nicely here. Okay, guys, let's see if we can do the next one. This is a good one, and it's kind of similar to what we have been doing. Let's read it. Gary, Bill, and Carmela invested in a corporation in the ratio of 2 to 3 to 5. So if Gary, I'm going to draw the picture a little differently for this one, just for fun. Gary to Bill to Carmela. This is just a question being copied. Is this? Now, Gary gets two parts. If we split the entire corporation into 2 plus 3 plus 5, which is, 10 parts, if we cut the corporation's worth into 10 equal parts, Gary should receive 2 parts, Bill should receive 3 parts, and Carmela should receive 5 parts. And I'm going to draw it a little differently. I'm going to give Gary, this is Gary's part. I'm going to give him a color. Let's give Gary yellow. But this Gary is yellow. He gets 2 parts. Okay. If Gary gets 2 parts, Bill should receive 3 identical parts. And I'm going to make Bill's color green. You could have chosen anything. It's just to keep things straight. That's all. Bill gets 3 parts. If Gary gets 2 parts, Bill gets 3 parts. And Carmela gets 5 parts. 5 parts. I'm going to give Carmela what color? Maybe gray. Now let's give her blue. Okay, Carmela gets 5 parts. Paste. Okay. If this whole corporation is split into 10 equal parts, according to the meaning of the word ratio, Gary should receive 2 of those parts, Bill should receive 3 of those parts, and Carmela should receive 5 of those parts. Now, the entire corporation is worth 82 grand. 82 grand. All of this, all together, is worth 82 grand. And let's write it down so that we don't mess that up. Okay. Remember, we said all the parts are the same size. So each circle should be worth 82,000 divided by 10. And that is simply 8,200 and dollars. Each circle is worth this much. I'm going to do it like this. I need the room. Each circle is worth this much. Gary's 2 circle, Bill's 3 circles, each of the 3, Carmela's each of the 5. Now they want to know how much money would each receive. Bill will get 8,200 times 2. Sorry, Gary will get 8,200 times 2. Bill will get 8,200 times 3. Carmela will get 8,200 times 5. And let's write it down. Bill will get, I do need some room. I'll do it here. Bill should get 2 times dollar 8,200. And that turns out to be 1,681.64 dollars. Okay, I'm going to put this guy here. This is actually my bad. This is Gary. This is Gary. Gary gets 2 parts. Gary gets 2 parts. Bill gets 3 parts. We have to do it carefully. And 3 times 82. 80 times 3 is 246, if I'm not mistaken. I'm going to check it. 246. Let me double check. 82, 8 to 46. That sounds about right. Carmela will get 5 times 8,200. Let's do it here. See, I'm just going to use my calculator for this one. 5 times 8,200. No, I can do it. 5 times 00. Let me double check if I goof 24, 30, 40. No, that's right. I didn't goof. So Carmela gets 41,000. Bill gets 24,600. Gary gets 16,400. And trust me, if you add the numbers carefully, 41,000 plus 24, 25, you should get 82,000. And it works out if you add them all up. Let me add it for you and for my own satisfaction. Okay. Let me see if I can find the calculator. Yeah. So what we're trying to do is add these three numbers. Carmela gets 41,000, 24,600, 164,000. You get exactly 82,000. If you add the three amounts that the three received, you'll get 80,000. So I know I didn't mess it up. So I'll give you a couple of minutes there to process this. So that's all I have for today, guys. If you have any questions in class, I would give you a practice problems. I will upload some practice problems for you guys to try. Like this one is a good one. You don't have to ask for it. This one is a good one. Two numbers, ratio. I'll make some and upload them. And of course, I'll provide the answers, but the solutions are here. And this today's videos will be uploaded on YouTube and you'll be provided the link. In the announcement section, I'll say something like October 7th class videos, something like that. Do you have any questions for me? And mute yourself and ask. If you don't have any questions for me, feel free to leave. I'll be here till the last person leaves. Thank you guys for coming to class. And I'll see you on Wednesday.